Our next speaker is James. James has been with the Toastmasters Club since February of 2018. Tonight, he is progressing the level 2 of his dynamics path, which is effective coaching. In the words of James, he has been a national leadership practitioner and a guru, an international man who gets things done. Tonight, James will be sharing with us stories and lessons from his mentors. The title of his speech tonight is Mentors. I've had a few. With that sense of momentum and alacrity, let's put our hands together as James delivers his speech tonight. James, take it away.
Go on, Dave.
In Homer's classic epic, The Odyssey, Mentor was both friend and counselor to Odysseus, also known in the Latin as Ulysses. Odysseus, king of Ithaca, fights in the Trojan War and entrusts the care of his household to Mentor, who serves as teacher and overseer of Odysseus's son, Telemachus. History offers many examples of helpful mentoring relationships. Aristotle and Alexander the Great, Haydn and Beethoven, Freud and Jung. Mentoring is a fundamental form of human development where one person invests time, energy, and personal know-how in assisting the growth and ability of another person. Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters. My name is James Campbell, and like most of us, if we look for them, we have had mentors help guide us along life's journey. Today, I would like to discuss three of mine: Lieutenant Colonel Gary Davis, Colonel Stephen Hartman, and Colonel Donald Miller. As a newly promoted officer in the 84th Division, Army Reserve, and an even newer director of logistics for the battalion, I was responsible for all of the battalion's materiel. One particular month, our machine guns were due for their annual calibration. They were located in several different offices throughout my state. It was the equivalent of driving from Houston to Conroe, then to LaGrange, and then back to Houston, all in one day. As a reservist, there is an account that can pay for this type of additional duty. My higher headquarters told me that this fund would not be available. During a routine office meeting with Lieutenant Colonel Davis, my commander, I advised him of this task and I would do it on God and country time, unpaid. He called our higher headquarters and quickly confirmed what I told about the funds available. The conversation departed from the congenial and with alacrity quickly transitioned to what I can only say in polite company as a dressing down. Funding became available. He then focused his attention on me and let me know in no uncertain terms that I represented him and the battalion, and I am not allowed to be pushed around. Then, in a rather crass way, invited me to leave his office. That lesson, when you have authority, use it. Also, remember who you represent. After 9/11, I was a major and brought on to active duty, assigned to the 94th Regional Readiness Command in Boston. In an unusual circumstance, my raider and mentor was the chief of staff of the entire command. He ran all of the staff for the commanding general. His office was in the general suite, and I would often be welcomed unannounced to discuss things with him. Often the phone would interrupt our conversations. He would answer it always the same way. First, he would find out if it were the commanding general. Then, after no more than 20 seconds, he would interrupt the caller and tell them he was in a meeting and would call them back. He was responsible for the entire staff and had many other higher ranking officers than me calling him, but he made our time deliberate. The lesson: be with the person you're talking with. I returned from Afghanistan and was assigned as the Deputy Chief of Staff for the 100th Division. I was also assigned the additional task of the division's readiness officer. Every month, I had to prepare a briefing titled the Battle Focused Readiness Review, tediously preparing 25 separate organizations with 32 metrics of readiness that individually required anywhere from 1 to 5 individual data points that required calculation. This is not what I joined the Army to do, and my attitude reflected it. My predecessor created a C++ file, whatever that is, that he assured me all I had to do was copy and paste, and the database reports into the program would work its magic. 3 consecutive months in a row, this report was rife with errors as the database reports were evolving, throwing off the calculations. Each of these months, I tried to get fired from that job. The assistant division commander emailed me, and it began, "Once again, Lieutenant Colonel Campbell, simple math seems to escape your grasp." Colonel Miller, the command executive officer and a mentor, took me aside and said something that challenged me to my innermost being. "Anyone," he said, "can do a job well that they like. A true professional leader can do a job well that he doesn't enjoy." Within 2 months, I was trusted and recognized within our regional command as an expert in this calculation. The lesson: set yourself apart from the crowd by doing well the unpopular jobs. Where are your mentors? Mentorship can be found in the mundane and the routine. No matter their place in your life, mentors will encourage and demonstrate and challenge you to be your best. Mr. Toastmaster.